máa ṣe jẹ́jẹ́. Síbi tí ẹ ládàlẹ̀ ayé, kò máa ṣẹ̀dá tó mọ̀ ńlá. Ó jẹ́ ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi o, ayé gbẹ̀gẹ́. Inú ẹni ṣálámọ̀, a ò mẹ́ni tó fẹ́ ni. Ká ṣe bí ẹni kú, káwọ́ ẹni tí ó ṣe dàrú ẹni. Ṣàṣà ènìyàn nífẹ̀ẹ́ ní lẹ́yìn, tẹrú tọmọ nífẹ̀ẹ́ ní lójú ẹni. Ọmọ aráyé abániwọ́rọ̀ pa òrí dání wọ́n. Ayé ò fẹ́ ní ìfọ̀rọ̀, orí ẹni ní pẹ́ kó yẹ ni. You gotta be strong cause the world is a battlefield. Òjò láyé ó gbé ní lọ, bá ò bá mọ̀ wẹ̀. Má ṣe làlà òtọ́ láì bá dé, stress of ìdákùn ṣe jẹ́jẹ́. Ilé ayé ogun ni ó gbọ̀gbọ́n. Ẹ̀sùn pẹ̀lẹ́ láyé gbà rẹ̀, ẹ jẹ́ ká máa ṣe jẹ́jẹ́. Kíbi tí ẹ ládàlẹ̀ ayé, kò máa ṣẹ̀dá tó mọ̀ ńlá. Ó jẹ́ ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi o, ayé gbẹ̀gẹ́. Inú ẹni ṣálámọ̀, a ò mẹ́ni tó fẹ́ ni. Ṣẹ̀rántí a ò mẹ́rin ìjọba ẹ̀wẹ̀kú ẹ̀wẹ̀lẹ̀. Àwọn lọ́tẹ̀ ni wọ́n dìde wọn lájànà kó lè rínú gbọ́gbé. Àṣenìtàn bá ní ìdàrú ṣálọ̀ máa ráyé. Àwọ̀ fẹ́lẹ́ bòónù kò jẹ́ àríkùn má ṣe bí. You gotta be wise to survive and keep your sanity. Ọjà ọ̀dájú ní ilé ayé, o ní láti mọ̀ ọ́n rà. Àyàgbé ọ̀gẹ̀gẹ̀ tó bá ti lówó, ọ̀yàn òun ló wà lọ́jọ́ ogún dé. Ọwọ́ epo láyé ńlá, wọ́n kì í lá tẹ̀jẹ̀. Ara lámọ̀ á ò mọ́nú, ẹni ayé yẹ kó rọra ṣe. Ṣọ́ra, ṣọ́ra. Pásítọ̀ fura, pásítọ̀ ti jẹ́ sí iná. Ẹ̀sùn pẹ̀lẹ́ láyé gbà rẹ̀, ẹ jẹ́ ká máa ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ o. Tíbi tí ẹ ládàlẹ̀ ayé, kò máa ṣẹ̀dá tó mọ̀ ńlá. Ó jẹ́ ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi o, ayé gbẹ̀gẹ́ o. Inú ẹni ṣálámọ̀, a ò mẹ́ni tó fẹ́ ni. Ẹ̀sùn pẹ̀lẹ́ láyé gbà rẹ̀, ẹ jẹ́ ká máa ṣe jẹ́jẹ́. Síbi tí ẹ ládàlẹ̀ ayé, kò máa ṣẹ̀dá tó mọ̀ ńlá. Ilẹ̀kùn bá jẹ́ ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi o, ayé gbẹ̀gẹ́. Inú ẹni ṣálámọ̀, a ò mẹ́ni tó fẹ́ ni. Ẹ̀sùn pẹ̀lẹ́ láyé gbà rẹ̀, ẹ jẹ́ ká máa ṣe jẹ́jẹ́. Ọ̀rẹ́ mi síbi tí ẹ ládàlẹ̀ ayé, àgbà tó ti ṣẹ̀dá tó mọ̀ ńlá. Yòókù lọ́gbọ́n, ó jẹ́ ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi o, ayé gbẹ̀gẹ́. Inú ẹni ṣálámọ̀, a ò mẹ́ni tó fẹ́ ni. Ẹ̀sùn pẹ̀lẹ́ láyé gbà rẹ̀, ẹ jẹ́ ká máa ṣe jẹ́jẹ́. Ikú pàlà mi tí ọ̀rọ̀ mi ọ̀dọ̀ lẹ́gbàá ògiri. Àmì ìṣẹ̀dá tó wọ́n ti fi ṣe ọ̀bàjọ́ ẹ̀ mọ́lẹ̀. Ó jẹ́ ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi ọkọ̀ sí ikú. Ayé gbẹ̀gẹ́.
Yes, good evening, my people. It's a pleasure to welcome you to another special edition of the Jagbajantis Show. I hope you had a fantastic week and you are ready to move into a relaxing weekend. Thank you for joining me again as always. I don't take your presence for granted. It's going to be another interesting discussion tonight. and I would like you to help me invite as many people as possible to connect to the show tonight, because what we want to discuss tonight is really, really important. Um, it's it's a topic that is close to my heart, um, and I think I have you know something very deep and insightful to pour out tonight. I will do everything possible to make this discussion tonight very provoking, so I can draw out a reaction from you. I hope also to be able to correct the wrong impression that people have regarding certain traits and pattern um, within their family or generation. So it might be a very short show tonight, but it will be very, very thought provoking, and I hope you will be very receptive to um, what you hear tonight, and you will be open and willing to follow it up with some actions. It's not enough to just listen. You need to actually put into practice what you hear. You need to make effort to do something, because nothing just happens. You have to do something. If you don't do anything, you don't get nothing. So hearing all these things and just moving on as usual won't do you any kind of good. You need to, you know, make effort to put into practice what you hear. Uh, Please help me share this show on your platform. Help me invite somebody. Just put the link out there for somebody to see it. To be honest, you don't know the you won't understand how much of a big deal it can be for somebody to come across, you know, a liberating information that might be what they have been, you know, wondering about all their life, looking for. A word is enough to change the course of direction of, somebody's life, and change it for good. Likewise, hearing the wrong thing can also steer the life of somebody in the wrong direction, and they'll be lost for good. So it's very important to be intentional about what we open up our minds to. Like I always say, our minds are the most fertile soil you can find anywhere. And whatever you plant on it will grow, evil or good, positive or negative. Whatever you put on it will grow. And that's why you must be very, very, very careful, very, very intentional about what you allow to be planted in your mind. Um, Let me see those who are on the show already, and I can just give a shout out so we can get straight into tonight's discussion. Mo kí ọmọ ìyá mi ẹ̀bùn ẹ kú àtàárọ̀ o, ṣé wà okay? Ìwọ àti ẹ̀gbọ́n lẹjọ máa ń du ta ló kọ́kọ́ dé. And lately, you have been, you know, you have been winning the race so far. And I think Onibo Sheje, which obviously I will keep secret. Ṣùgbọ́n ẹ̀gbọ́n gan mọ̀ nísìnyí páwọn gan ti ní rival. Ẹ̀gbọ́n mo kí yín ẹ kálẹ́ o, ẹ kú àtàárọ̀. Trust your day has been going on well. Ó tún ti mú yín lulẹ̀ lálẹ́ yìí o again. Anyway, I greet you, my brother, Toluwalashe Waterton. It's a pleasure to have you on the show tonight. Thank you very much for joining, and thank you for being a regular on this show. Engineer Elijah, I greet you especially. How are you, sir? It's a pleasure to have you on the show again tonight. Thank you very much for connecting. I greet everybody on YouTube, people on Twitter, the silent listeners on Facebook, and those who will be catching up with the show later on. I greet all of you. Thank you very much for tuning in. Right, like I said earlier, it's going to be a very short show, I hope. But it's going to be very thought-provoking. And I hope I can deliver it what will be sufficient to cause a reaction in you, because that is the aim, that is the intention, that is the purpose, to make you do something. No matter how long it takes you, at least do something. There's no way you should be listening to shows like this and then still live the same way or look at things the same way. It should steer the course of your life in a different direction, no matter how, how little it might be. The turn, at least there must be some sort of turn, it must open up new perspectives in you. You must have some sense of liberation, because that is another key reason why this show exists. Because that's what truth does. It liberates, So when you hear the truth, and when somebody can tell you, look, and I, send you away with that information to say you to go and research. Don't take my word for it. Don't be scared to do this. Let your mind do what it was intended for, which is to think, query things, ask questions, find out why things exist. Who designed it? How did it come about? What was the purpose? Don't be dogmatic in your beliefs. be ready to shake things to their foundation. That is how you can be free. Because there's so many things, so many um, teachings, um, so many um, social construct that has kept many people in bound. And one of it is what we are going to break down tonight. Right, let's get into it. The topic for tonight's discussion is what I titled Cycle Breaker. So this is a compound word, cycle and breaker. So cyclical simply indicate something that keep going round. So you have like a circle, you can draw it. So it's unending because you just keep going. So it's like a repeat. It has no end. You just keep going. You wake up, do the same thing, sleep, wake up, do the same thing, sleep, wake up, do the same thing. No. And then when we say breaker or break, that is you want to stop this cyclical movement at some point. You don't want that continuous flow. You want it to move from here to here, and when it gets here, you don't want it to continue anymore. So you're putting a stop to that flow. So, who is a cycle breaker? And how did I come about this? Or why am I discussing this tonight? Yorùbá bọ̀, wọ́n ní ìran mẹ́ta kì í tòṣì. Èmi nírọ̀ o, ìran mẹ́wàá lè tòṣì. If somebody within that generation does not stand up to say, you know what, I'm putting a stop to this cycle of poverty. So, for those who might struggle with what I'm saying, the Yoruba adage says that 3 generations should ideally not live in poverty or penury. But I'm saying even 10th up to 10th generation can live in abject poverty. If somebody within the first and that 10th generation does not, stand up to say, you know what, I'm putting a stop, or I'm putting an end to this cycle of poverty within our generation, then it will just keep flowing like that. Right. So the person that takes up that responsibility, the person that takes it upon him or herself to recognize that, look, something dysfunctional is happening within this lineage, within this generation. Something that, it's not nice, it's not right. We shouldn't be living like this. This trait should not continue. So that person that recognizes such harmful and dysfunctional trait within, the culture of a family and decides to say, you know what, this stops from me. This will not carry on to my next generation. That is the person that we can refer to as a cycle breaker. Somebody who gets up to take it upon him or herself to break a trait, a dysfunctional trait or a negative trait that has been, occurring from generations. That person is who we refer to as a cycle breaker. Today, I see so many people following the pattern and trait of um, their parents, grandparents, great grandparents. So bí bàbá wọn ṣe lo ayé, àwọn náà lo ayé bẹ́ẹ̀. Ibi tí bàbá wọn parí sí, àwọn náà parí síbẹ̀. Ohun tó ṣẹlẹ̀ sí ìyá wọn ṣẹlẹ̀ sáwọn náà. Bí ẹ̀gbọ́n bàbá wọn ṣe lo ayé, bí bàbá wọn lo ayé, àwọn náà lo ayé bẹ́ẹ̀. And when this happened, quickly, we label it generational curse. We tend to go spiritual or we go biological as the reason why those things are reoccurring within that generation. But this is a lie. This is a lie. You are only told that, or you only tell yourself that, or they only tell you that to make you feel helpless, to make you feel ashamed to take up that task, to say you want to, do something about this. It's a tactic to cover you into admittance that, well, ó ṣe bàbá dáàdì náà, ó ṣe dáàdì náà, so kí lèmi fẹ́ ṣe sí, ẹ máa gbà náà ni. That's it. There's nothing, as far as I'm concerned, like generational curse. What you have is generational cycles. And for those who will hide behind, biology or genetics, it's simply a learned behavior. Because these are patterns that you are taught either directly or indirectly. So when I say directly, these are patterns that was passed to you in the form of upbringing, And when I say indirectly, these are things that you watched happening, or you watched happened around you. So as children, the way we are wired is we look up to people who are meant to be carers for us, caretakers for us, either our parent or adult around that, are given the responsibility to look after us. So when we begin to internalize what we see them do, their fear becomes our fear. The way they react to things becomes the way we react to things. So what we see them do, how they think and react and solve issues and stuff becomes things that we imbibe. So this is one form in which these things have been passed down from generation to generation. So it's a learned behavior. And then for those that will go spiritual, it's just a cycle. And the moment you hide behind spiritual whatever and say generational cause, or you hide behind biology to say, oh, it's there in our gene, then you become helpless. You lose your ability to do something about it. And you feel that is how it should just continue. And what you will do is you will pass that same behavior pattern, and you will pass it down to your children, and it will repeat itself in their lives as well, and they will pass it down, and it becomes a generational cycle. So this thing we're talking about varies from families to family. So the generational pattern you find in my own family will be different from the one you will find in another family. And so is the approach. So it's important I clarify this, because this will return the power that you have given up back to you. That power for you to shake body and say, you know what, this thing will not repeat itself in my own life. The moment you accept it as, generational cause ni egun ìdílé ni, àbínú ẹ̀jẹ̀ ló wà, you give up that ability, that power that you have to correct this, to put a stop to it. You give it up. So the first thing that I think I should do tonight is to return that power back to you, to empower you, to reset your mind. Kó lè mọ̀ pé gbàgbé gbogbo ọ̀rọ̀ generational cause àbí gbogbo ìwà inú ẹ̀jẹ̀ ni àbí kíní kan yẹn. No, they are patterns, generational pattern. Nítorí táwọn bàbá ẹ̀ ṣe, nítorí tí bàbá ẹ̀ ṣe, tí bàbá ẹ̀ rí tí bàbá tiẹ̀ ṣe, òun náà ni bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń pass it down nìyẹn. Habit, the way of thinking, ìsọ̀rọ̀ sí, the way you carry yourself. Laziness gan learned behaviour ni, because nǹkan tọ́mọ ń rí ni. Slothfulness, nǹkan tọ́mọ ń rí nínú ayé àwọn òbí ẹ̀ ni. Wọn ò gbéra all the time. Wọ́n á máa sọ gbogbo ẹ̀ dọ̀la, procrastination and all that. So all these things you see, you learn them. And they will manifest in your life as well. Tó bá ti ń dìran kẹta, ìran kẹrin, wọ́n á sọ pé ègún ìran ló ń bá wọn jà. Wọ́n á ní ó máa wà nínú ẹ̀jẹ̀ àbímọ wọn ni. No, wọn ò bí nǹkan kan mọ́. Kò ségun ìran kankan. They are patterns. And the moment you can accept this, that is the first step towards attaining, that responsibility or stepping into that role of a cycle breaker. Come to think of it. Ṣó wù ẹ́ kó o lo ayé báwọn òbí ẹ̀ ṣe lo ayé ni? Ṣé ibi tán kú sí, ibi tán parí ìrìn àjò wọn sí yẹn, ibẹ̀ náà ló wù ọ́ kí wọn náà parí sí? With all their potentials, orí ń pé wọn lọ ju ibì kan báyìí lọ. Àníwọ náà dẹ̀ accept pé ní family wa kì í ga ju bí lọ, height tán máa ń dé náà ni. Ẹni tó bá tiẹ̀ jàjà wá tiẹ̀ ṣe díẹ̀ kọjá, á kàn wá sọra ẹ̀ di nuisance ni. Àwọn bá ń pé òun ti achieve nǹkan tẹ́nìkan kan wà achieve rí, òun gan wà ní mọ̀ pé òun sì tún ju bóun ṣe wà yẹn lọ. So it's important that you change your mindset and understand that there's nothing like generational curse. There's nothing like biological wiring or whatever thing like that. All these things are patterns. All these things are passed down, learned behavior that has been going from generation to generation. So you have the power now to break what you consider as unhealthy pattern, unhealthy trait, dysfunctional trait and pattern within your generation. There are many of them. Some are from homes where, they faced a lot of hardship. And they know that their parents couldn't break that hardship in their own life as well. It's passed down to them. And they also take it up and pass it down to their own children. They don't make any effort to shake it off. And that's because, one, aside what I explained earlier, in terms of finding reasons why these things should exist, saying is spiritual, is biological, is whatever. Another reason is what is usual to you. I mean, what you see all the time, what you've experienced, it then becomes normal to you. It becomes familiar. And you get used to it. And you also encourage people coming after you to get used to it. You even tell them stories and you just tell them to be strong. Wow, strong in you. Bó ṣe ṣe bàbá kìíní náà ni o. Uncle kìíní gan là kọjá ń sìn. Àwa náà máa là kọjá ni. So you begin to encourage yourself to accommodate um, such harmful traits rather than do something about it. People who were emotionally abused, we also manifest that emotional abuse in the life of their children. They pass it down instead of breaking it. Some people grew up in homes where they had addiction to alcohol, to drugs. They got sucked into it, started it, and they will pass it down. Some is anger, some is aggression. Ojú ẹ ló ṣe all the time. Tí dáàdì ẹ máa kì mọ́mì ẹ mọ́lẹ̀ tó máa lù wọ́n bí ìgbà tó ń lu aṣọ òfì. Ìgbà tí wọn náà máa ní girlfriend lásán kọ́. Kò tí ì ní sọ kí nǹkan bá wà á ti fún backhand. Ṣùgbọ́n pé wọn náà ti ń bẹ̀rẹ̀ nìyẹn. Girlfriend ló ti ń fún ní ẹ̀yìn ọwọ́ yẹn. So tó bá fẹ́ tán, wàá máa dá dọ̀bálẹ̀ tí wàá máa dúró lé lórí ni. Because n tó rí nínú ilé tó ti ń bọ̀ nìyẹn. Instead of you to stand up against it and do something about it, ìwọ náà kà ń pé normal ni. Ilé tó ti jáde, bàbá ẹ̀ máa ń gbé everybody gàràgàrà ni. Àna driver láàárọ̀, àna kúkú lọ́sàn-án. Wọ́n bá dé wọn máa kilẹ̀ ni tí gbogbo everywhere máa mì. And then you think that is how to be a man. That is how to earn respect. To bully people. For people to fear you. But that is what you're used to. So ìwọ náà wàá gbérù wà ẹ̀ náà wọ̀. From the little role tí wọ́n ń fún ẹ níbi iṣẹ́, ìwọ náà di terror. Nínú ilé wàá di terror. Níta wàá di terror. Because growing up, you didn't have certain things. Tí wọn náà bá set up family tiẹ̀, ìwọ náà sọ pé no. Mi ò kú náà. Mi ò ní kíní ẹ̀mí ìdẹ̀ kú náà. So it's not compulsory to have it. I looked at the journey of my life. Things I faced from my tender years. They are not nice experiences. It took me years to heal from them. And like I said last week, ojú àpá ò lè jojú ara. Years back, I can't go into this part of my life and not wail. Mama sunkún bí baby ni. But today I can talk about them and not get upset. I've reached um, a closure with most of them. I've accepted what I need to accept. I've healed, and it has become um, um, a mission for me to help others. From my experience, these things I stood up to say they will never repeat themselves in my generation. Mo pinnu lọ́kàn mi ni wípé àwọn ọmọ mi ò ní lo ilé ayé bí mo ṣe lò ó. Mo pinnu lọ́kàn mi wípé àwọn ọmọ mi ò ní lo ilé ayé bí mo ṣe lò ó. And the first step I took was to find a to build a new foundation. Location. I I found it very, 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 very um, important in my own situation. Remember, I told you these patterns will vary from family to family. So, in my own case, foundation, which I refer to as a location, is key in ensuring that I break this cycle. And I did everything humanly possible to change my location. Because until I change my location to build a new foundation, I'm already ṣe break. But that might not be the case for some other people. Right. Let me quickly go through the comment section. Mo kí yín o. Adetona Titi Lope Ajaniraji. Good evening, Ma. Thank you for joining me tonight. It's a pleasure to have you on the show. Catherine, I greet you specially. God bless you for joining tonight. Your comment here says there are actually generational causes, but they can be broken. There are certain things people experience that they cannot even explain. I mean, terrible occurrences. Okay. This is what you believe. This is what you are made to believe. This is what you will hear in places of worship and wherever thing. This is what you will hear in your environment. This is what has been repeated and repeated and repeated and repeated. Because everything you've said here are not new to me. And your last statement, terrible occurrence, does not give it any how do I put it, any new meaning, or does not make it feel, or does not validate your point. Of course, things that are happening are not positive things. And that's why we are saying they need to be broken. So they are terrible occurrences. Yes, they are harmful traits. There are things that you would not want to partake in. So that's what we're saying. So you've not said anything different. And saying they are terrible occurrences does not make it that they are causes. That is what they have made you to believe, just for you to accept, just for you to feel helpless, just for you to think, kò sí ohun tí mo lè ṣe sí. That's not true. Because these things are pattern. It's not just enough for you to say and wake up and say, I don't want to have a broken home like my parents. It starts from you making a little bit of research to see how did they arrive there. Because I've seen it time and time and time again that people who propose, who even determined pé irọ́ o, èmi náà fẹ́ ṣíkiri bí ìyá mi àbí mi fẹ́ ní broken home bí àwọn parent èmi náà fẹ́ ní kinní, àwọn gan pinnu, but they end up having it. Tá bá dẹ̀ dálẹ̀ tá tún ṣá, you will see that the same mistake tí ìyá wọn ṣe àbí tí bàbá wọn ṣe làwọn náà repeat. Because wọ́n kàn rí bad picture tí wọn ò fẹ́ kó exist yẹn nìkan ló rí. Wọn take ìgbésẹ̀ láti research into their home to see how did this thing happen. It's not just enough to see a trait that you don't want to repeat. There are things you have to do actively. This is not a battle you start fighting just by fighting. This is a battle you start fighting by asking. You need to take a closer look at your family experience. You need to investigate. How did this behavior occur in my family? Ta ló pilẹ̀ ẹ̀ gan? Kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀? Báwo ló ṣe wá? Kí ni wọ́n ṣe? You need to ask questions. You need to dig into some old wounds. You need to do some research. Ìgbà yẹn wàá mọ̀ wípé oh boy, ìgbọ́n bá ń rìn lọ́nà tó ń rìn yìí, èmi náà já síbi tán já sí. Okay, ẹni tí mọ́mì fẹ́ yẹn kì í ṣe ẹni tí wọ́n fẹ́ wọn fún ni. Fair enough. So ìwọ ti pinnu lọ́kàn ẹ pé wọn ò ní fẹ́ èèyàn fún ẹ. Ṣùgbọ́n ẹni tó lọ fẹ́, ẹni tó rí wípé báyà ìyá tiẹ̀ ló fẹ́ fẹ́ èèyàn fóun. Ṣùgbọ́n ń wò pé ẹni tó bá yá, ó sọ fáwọn èèyàn sọ pé wọ́n sì máa padà like ẹ̀. Ó kàn rí bẹ́ẹ̀ ni, tó bá ti warm up, wọ́n máa lọ ọ̀dọ̀ wọn dáadáa, máa kí mọ́mì dáadáa, wọ́n máa padà like ẹ̀. So by fire by force, pẹ̀lú agídí àti gbogbo àwọn tó ṣàdá sí mátà yẹn, wọ́n ṣàní ẹ ṣáà lọ ṣe tó bá wù yín, but wọn ò finúfíndọ̀ fi agree pé kẹfẹ́. It's just a matter of time, my brother, my sister. Wàá padà síbi táwọn mọ́mì ẹ̀ padà sí. Wàá padà síbi táwọn dáàdì ẹ̀ padà sí. Ṣé ó repeat ara àbí ó repeat ara ẹ̀? Wọ́n fẹ́ dáàdì fún mọ́mì ẹ̀ ni. Ṣùgbọ́n this time around, ìwọ lọ fẹ́ tí ìyá tiẹ̀ ò fẹ́ kó fẹ́ wọ̀. Is that not the same thing? Wàá lò dẹ̀ try o, mo dẹ̀ gbìyànjú o, mo dẹ̀ ṣe kó má rí bẹ́ẹ̀ o. This is what we're talking about. You need to do some digging. You need to do some research. You need to know you need to be intentional about your choices and decisions. Look, this cycle breaker of a role. Mo wo títí, ó fẹ́ dàbí pé èèyàn gba calling ni, because it's a heavy task. Ibi tí gbogbo èèyàn gbà, ìwọ ò fẹ́ gbabẹ̀, ó fẹ́ la ọ̀nà míì. It's tough because you want a different result. You want a different end. Àwọn ìgbésẹ̀ ò ní dán tí gbogbo generation wà familiar with. In fact, àwọn agbógun tiẹ̀ tí ẹ ṣe wá yàtọ̀. Also, oftentimes cycle breakers within a family or generation, they are like the black sheep of that family. Because yẹn ló máa dá yàtọ̀. So ẹlòmíì by 21 báyìí tó ń ti parí NYSC báyìí wọ́n ti sọ pé kó lọ marry. Ìwọ máa yarí ni o, wàá sọ pé irọ́ o, marry ìwèrè wo. Bàtí n bá tó ríṣẹ́ tí mo build career mi, tí mo dé managerial role àbí nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ máa tó marry. Wàá ní problem, wọ́n máa gbógun tì, wọ́n máa sọ pé kí nǹkan, ṣùgbọ́n ìwọ ti rí pain àti ìpọ́njú táwọn aṣáájú ẹ̀ là kọjá, ó dẹ̀ ti mọ̀ wípé your research, ó ti rí wípé wọn ò tí ì tó gbé ìgbésẹ̀ tí wọ́n gbé yẹn ló ṣe dà wọ́n láàmú. It's not that pé báyà marriage le tó bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn náà, but they were not ready for that step. They were not ready or prepared mentally, physically, financially, emotionally for that move. Wọ́n torí wọn bọ́ ni. That's why all of them are experiencing problem. Tí wọ́n wá dẹ̀ ti rí wàá mọ̀ pé the only thing tó ń láti ṣe ni wípé you take your time. Ìgbà tó bá tó ready ni wọ́n ní máa fi biological clock fi judge ìwọ. It will be when you are emotionally, physically, financially ready. Orí ń pa àǹtí ẹ tí ẹ̀mí ẹ̀ fẹ́ pin nínú ilé yẹn is because she has a lot to manage. Kò lè combine iṣẹ́ mọ́ ọmọ mọ́ ìtọ́jú inú ilé, gbogbo ẹ̀ ló ṣe fẹ́ pálẹ̀ mi. My dear, you will get the same result if you make the same decisions as your sister. Kì í ṣe course, pattern ni, cycle ni. Tó o bá fẹ́ kó rí bẹ́ẹ̀, bọ̀ wá jókòó. Ìwọ lè sọ pé you know what, I don't even want to marry. Maybe later I might consider having a partner, but I think my life is okay the way it is. But oftentimes, what we see is, instead of you to actually sit down and look at what is happening, tó fi bára ẹ nínú situation yẹn, ṣe ni wàá wá pé àwọn ọmọ ìjókòó tó a máa sọ̀rọ̀ burúkú sọ, men has come, ilé burúkú gbogbo àwọn ọkùnrin o, ẹ má ṣe kinní kan, ẹ má tẹ̀lé wọn, ẹ má ṣe bá, ẹ má ṣàwo o, tó bá ti ní kan kó fún fínífíní ni, ó láti ṣe gbá, ó láti ṣàwo kó tó lè ṣe kinní kan. Before you know it, you are repeating that cycle in the life of your children. So already o ti gbin oró burúkú sí wọn lọ́kàn as regards ọkùnrin. So they will be preempting everything that those men would do, ó tiẹ̀ tó ṣe wọ́n gan. Because what you are trying to do is to correct your own failure in their lives, which was the same thing your mama did, which was the same thing the grandmama did in the life of your mama and your mama did in your own life. Ó ti ṣe the same thing náà ayé àmọ́ ẹ̀ náà. Kí ló yẹ kó o ṣe as a cycle breaker? Leave them to live their life. Leave them to make their decision. Only guide them by your own experience, especially when you are honest with yourself. Tó o mọ àwọn àṣìṣe tó o ṣe. Kò sí tó lè ṣẹlẹ̀ sáwọn kan, they blame other people. It must be bí o ṣe èèyàn kan ló tafà, èèyàn kan ló ṣe. They must they don't check in words to see if àwọn ṣe anything wrong or àwọn wà complicit nínú nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀. No! It must be somebody else. So if you are that kind of a person, kò sẹ́kọ̀ọ́ kankan tó fẹ́ là nínú àṣìṣe ẹ̀, you will be repeating your mistake because a mistake you fail to acknowledge, you will fail to correct it. And the one you fail to correct, you will repeat it. Principle ní èpè kọ́, kọ́ọ̀sì kọ́. Wọ́n tó bá jẹ́ èèyàn kan tó jókòó tó jẹ́ olóòótọ́ síra ẹ̀, tó wò báyìí pé èmi ni mo gbé ìgbésẹ̀ báyìí, mo ṣe nǹkan báyìí tí nǹkan báyìí fi happen. Tó yẹ pé yẹn ló pàkíyèsí àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀ sí. You empower them. Ó ti jẹ́ kó mọ̀ pé jẹ́ ẹ̀rù dáadáa ń bí. Not that you want to correct your own failure. You failed already in your life. Not that you want to correct your own failure in their own life. Wọ́n yan kọ́ọ̀sì fún ẹni. Pé dandan accounting kò lọ ṣe. Ó dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé o hate accounting. Ó pàpà ṣe accounting just to please them. Ṣùgbọ́n kíní gangan ló wù ẹ́ láti ṣe. I don't know. Bóyá chef ló wù ẹ́ láti ṣe. But ọjọ́ ti lọ, ó ṣe tán wọ́n ní kó lọ marry, so marry ìgbà tó dẹ̀ délé ọkọ yẹn sọ fún ẹ pé o tó ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ lè lọ bẹ̀rẹ̀ school kankan nísìnyí o. Ya ọmọ ni kò bí o bímọ. So before you know it, you could not achieve your dream. Ó wá bímọ tán wàá kí ọmọ ẹ̀ mọ́lẹ̀ pé wo chef wàá ṣe o. Chef ló máa ṣe. Because you failed at that. Ṣùgbọ́n ṣe yan ọ̀nà fún wọn tó payé ẹrun tó da ọjọ́ ọ̀la ẹrú, ìwọ náà ti fẹ́ ṣe nínú ayé ọmọ yẹn. As a cycle breaker, what should you do? Recognize how you were derailed torí wọ́n yan ọ̀nà fún ẹ láti rìn. And now, let your child be free to choose their path. Just watch them and support them. Tó bá dé tó bá sọ wípé kíní lòun fẹ́ read. Kí ló máa ń pè àwọn hair hostess yìí lòun fẹ́ ṣe. Wàá fún support náà. You only tell them to be the best in anything they choose to be. Tó bá ní gardening lòun fẹ́ ṣe, sọ fún, no problem. Be a gardener, but be the best in the country such that bọ́n ṣe sìnkú mọ̀mọ́ ní last time báyìí nísìn, ìwọ ló máa pè pé kó wá prepare gbogbo flower decoration tó máa lò ń jọ yẹn, because you are the best in what you do. That is what is important. Kì í ṣe dandan kó wá kì mọ́lẹ̀ kó wá fẹ́ correct failure tiẹ̀ nínú ayé wọn. You will be repeating the same thing they did in your own life. So all these things, I sat myself down. I placed myself under an oath. I will never force a career on any of my children. I will never force religion on any of them. I will never force marriage or force a partner on any of them. I'm there to guide and support them in whatever thing I see that they show. But they will be the one to find their path in life. Ní tí mo sọ yìí, ó hard fẹ́ lómi láti ṣe. Gbogbo nonsense wọ́n pọ̀ sínú ẹ̀. Ló náà máa dà sínú ọmọ. Gbogbo nonsense ó dẹ̀ ríbi tó báyé tiẹ̀ dé. Oríbi tó wa ọkọ̀ ayé ẹ̀ gúnlẹ̀ sí. Orí ń pò jèrè bọ̀. Ọdún tó ti ń da owó ẹ̀ sílẹ̀ fún ìdá mẹ́wàá tó ò fi ṣe nǹkan rí. O ti 45, o ti 48 kó tó finally convince ẹ̀. Bọ́ ò ní gbọ́ náà. A tún pọ́ǹpù ẹ̀ náà sínú ayé ọmọ àwọn náà, a tún wọnú kòtò àgbà náà, àwọn náà bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí tún máa darú ẹ̀ náà lẹ̀. All this redundant knowledge tó ṣàǹfààní kankan fún ẹ ṣùgbọ́n tó yẹ pé wọ́n fi brainwash ẹ tó. Oh my God. See how people are getting angry pẹ̀lú nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ní ìjọ Deeper. As that man is coming out all the time to say eléyìí àṣemọ́ tọ̀hún àṣemọ́. See how people are getting angry. Some are even threatening to take him to court. Wípé no, báyẹn máa ṣe lẹ́ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ kìíní kan mọ́. You wasted our own youth. Ẹ bà gbogbo àárọ̀ ọjọ́ wa jẹ́. Ẹ wá sọ pé ẹ ṣe kìíní kan mọ́. No, ẹ máa ṣe o. Gbogbo àwọn tó dẹ̀ ń kí yìí already wọ́n tún ti torí àwọn ọmọ wọn náà bọ́ láì yẹn. Wọ́n tún ti torí wọn bọ́. Àwọn yẹn náà tún lo ayé bọ́n ṣe lò. Because people are scared to break tradition. There's so many things I broke in my family. So many. I've been intentional about my life. Because ojú mi rí a lot láti kékeré. Àwọn nǹkan tó ju ọjọ́ orí mi lọ. So I've determined. Àfi tí n bá kú làwọn nǹkan báyìí lè ṣẹlẹ̀ lẹ́yìn mi. But láàyè mi, never. And gbogbo nǹkan tèmi ò rí gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹ̀tọ́ sọmọ láti kékeré tó wúlò tó lè ṣọmọ láǹfààní. Not those relevancies àtàwọn nǹkan tí ò wúlò yẹn. I'm talking of ẹ̀kọ́ tó lè wúlò fọmọ. Gbogbo kìíní yẹn lèmi ensure wípé mi ò jẹ́ kó repeat rẹ̀ nínú ayé àwọn ọmọ tèmi. Ṣùgbọ́n what some people will do ni pé nígbà wọn kúkú mi ò rí èèyàn ṣe fún mi, so definitely ẹ̀yin náà má yọ mí lẹ́nu. No, you have to change that so that you see, when you teach your son, you are teaching your son's son. So tó bá ti break cycle yẹn, ìpìlẹ̀ míì ló ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ yẹn. Ó ti fòpin sí gbogbo ọ̀ràn tó ń bọ̀ yẹn. Orí ẹ̀ ló ti sọ pé this stops here. Ìwọ ló da àyàkọ́ gbogbo wàhálà ẹ̀. Kì í ṣiṣẹ́ kékeré. Because your change of lifestyle, your change of doing the way you do things gan, ó máa mú wàhálà wá from your generation nínú ìran yẹn, nínú family yẹn gan, because tiẹ̀ ṣe wá dá yàtọ̀, wọ́n á gbógun tiẹ̀. Wọ́n á gbógun tiẹ̀. So this is not something that will come easy. This is not something you will keep finding excuses and reasons for. This is not something tí wàá tún lọ gbé bá bàbá kan pẹ́ jẹ ẹ ṣáà máa fàdúrà ràn. No, this is something you have to be intentional about. Wàá kọ́kọ́ recognize pé look, ayé mi ni kì í ṣe ayé wa. Because tó bá fẹ́, tó want to be a cycle breaker, ó láti jẹ́ ọ̀dájú èèyàn. Ojú ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ dá. O gbọ́dọ̀ ready láti lose àwọn èèyàn. O gbọ́dọ̀ ready láti dá ìrìn yẹn rìn, láti dá ayé gbé, láti dá ayé ṣe. So you must take back the responsibility of your life. If there's anything I hope to achieve with this Jagbajantis platform, is to return the responsibility of your life to you. To put you back in charge of your life. So for people who don't understand why this show exists, or who so far maybe haven't even kí láti ẹ̀ ń sọ big all the time, ó ní mò ń sọ lálẹ́. What I aim to achieve with this platform is to give back your life to you. To hand over the responsibility of your life back to you. To be intentional about your decisions and choices and what you do in life. To recognize pé ayé mi ni kì í ṣayé wa. Because that was how I could turn around the course of my life. Mo gba ayé mi padà ní. Mo wá jókòó, mo wò bí mo ṣe fẹ́ gbé gan. Mo wo ibi tí n ti ń bọ̀, mo wo àwọn nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀, mo wo àwọn nǹkan tí mi ò fẹ́ rí mọ́. Mo dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé àwọn nǹkan báyìí mò ń láti ṣe. Bíbélì wípé àwọn nǹkan yìí ṣẹlẹ̀ sí àwọn aṣáájú yín kó lè jẹ́ ẹ̀kọ́ fún ẹ̀yin tó ń bọ̀ lẹ́yìn. But when things happen to people ahead of us, kí la máa ń ṣe? A kàn máa rẹ́rìn-ín, a máa ṣe yẹ̀yẹ́. A máa ní kò mọ̀ ṣe, lágbájá ni ó stupid, a máa criticize everything. Rather than we focusing on the principles then ìyẹn violate tí àwọn nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn fi ṣẹlẹ̀ sí. Because if you repeat those things, if you violate those principles, you will get his own result as well. Ìwọ náà jábọ̀, ìwọ náà lulẹ̀. Tí nǹkan bá ṣẹlẹ̀ sáwọn èèyàn, bí màá bá tiẹ̀ rẹ́rìn-ín ìwọ̀n bá ní, but ìgbà yẹn kọ́ ni àsìkò ẹ̀rín fẹ́mi. That is when I learn the most. Ìgbà yẹn ni antenna tí mi máa ń ràn sókè. Because I believe pé nǹkan tó bá fi lè ṣẹlẹ̀ láyìíká mi and that I'm aware of, ó ń pàkíyèsí mi sí nǹkan kan wípé ní ìrìn àjò yìí, watch this. Ìtí ìbá mọ̀ tí mi ò gbọ́, tí mi ò rí, tí ò ṣẹlẹ̀ maybe kò ní nǹkan kan ṣe pẹ̀lú ìrìn àjò mi. Ṣùgbọ́n anything tó bá ṣẹlẹ̀ sí sàkání mi, quickly I start thinking, kí ni tó happen bí? Kí lẹni yẹn ṣe? Why people are laughing, judging, criticizing, bringing down all these things? Èmi ń kẹ́kọ̀ọ́, mo ń dissect. Ibẹ̀ máa dẹ̀ ti mọ̀ nǹkan tí mo gbọ́dọ̀ yàgò fún. Ibẹ̀ máa ti mọ̀ nǹkan tí n gbọ́dọ̀ ṣe. because principle no violate. And if I repeat what he did, I will get his own result as well. Just a matter of days, just a matter of time. Wọ́n á fi mi náà ṣe yẹ̀yẹ́, mi náà lulẹ̀ mẹ́. Likewise, tẹ bá rẹ̀ ń tí nǹkan dán fún náà. Ẹ bá súnmọ́ pé kí ló ṣe? That so many people will watch today. Gbogbo ohun tí wọ́n ń project fún wa, it does not add up. So ẹlẹ́tàn làwọn yẹn, you just move away from them. You get close to people like that, pattern yourself against them, you will fail. Because ẹ̀tàn ni wọ́n fi pilẹ̀ gbogbo nǹkan tí wọ́n ṣe. They're just projecting success tí ò ní ìpìlẹ̀. When I see people like that quickly, mo ti move on. Torí màá ń gbé calculator ti gbogbo nǹkan. Láti punch ẹ̀ tí mo punch ẹ̀ wọ́n gbé wèrè. Tó bá yá ìwà jẹ́wọ́. And it's just a matter of days or months. Àtòrẹ́ ẹ̀ tó máa wá sọ àṣírí wọn síta. Ó máa tú because guarantee ni. But wàá dẹ̀ ráwọn kan tó jẹ́ pé everything ṣe track mo ṣe gbáyé. You can trace their painstaking decisions and steps and effort tó fi débi tán dé yẹn. Wọ́n yẹn wàá wú wọn láwòkọ́ṣe. Okay. Ìbá ilé ọmọ ilé. Àwọn àwo principle bẹ̀yẹn náà má dì mú. Wọn náà bá ti rìn síwájú rìn sẹ́yìn, ibi tó bá ti wúlò, wọn náà ti àwọn principle yẹn bọ̀. But many of us, a kàn lajúlẹ̀ ni àríran. You look but you don't see. Ìyàtọ̀ wà nínú méjèèjì. Gbogbo èèyàn ló lè look, but not everybody sees. So you have to take back the control of your life. Lẹ́yìn agbára tó ń bẹ lọ́wọ́ aṣẹ̀dá ẹ̀, kọ́pì ẹ̀, ọwọ́ ẹ̀ ló tún wà. But many of us have given that up. Àti wá wà ní position helplessness. La máa ti ṣọ́ orúkọ bọ́ sí ṣọ́ orúkọ máa gbàdúrà nípa ègún ọ̀ràn ègún ìdílé. Bó bó ṣe ń gbàdúrà yẹn tó náà, gbogbo wà burúkú tí wọ́n hù yẹn, ìwọ náà ṣì ń hù. Á dàbí ìpàdúrà ò gbà. Gbogbo àwọn poor decisions tó ń make yẹn, ìwọ náà ṣì ń make ẹ̀. Ó dẹ̀ ń fi bí parẹ́ ò ń gbààwẹ̀ against generational curse. Òun ti ìṣọ́ òru kan bọ́ sí ìṣọ́ òru, torí òkè kan bọ́ sórí òkè kejì. Ṣùgbọ́n ìwà gan tó yẹ kó o padà, o change ẹ̀. Àwọn kan tó yẹ kó o má ṣe mọ́, o sì ń ṣe wọ́n. So it's important. Now, first and foremost, to understand that to be a cycle breaker is synonymous to being called. Ìpè ló gbà. Because you want to change the direction, you want to change the course of movement in your generation. You want to put a stop to something. Gbogbo ẹnu mo máa fi ń sọ. Àwọn ọmọ mi ò lè lo ayé bí mo ṣe lò. Impossible. Mi tí ń kú sí wọn kọjá ẹ̀. wọ́n máa kọjá ẹ̀. Ìdajì nǹkan tí mi rí gbé ṣe láyé wọ́n á ṣe jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. Go far. Tó bá jẹ́ torí wọn mo ṣe pọ́nra mi lójú tí mo la gbogbo àwọn nǹkan tí mo là kọjá ẹ̀. I'm fulfilled in life. I'm fulfilled in life. Ìtàn yẹn ò kàn gbọdọ̀ rí bákan náà mọ́. Ìgúndẹ̀kọ́ ìgbé ayé ni. Tí n bá lo ayé báwọn aṣáájú mi ṣe lò ó, èmi náà rí result tí wọ́n rí ni. Simple as that. The moment tí mo dìde, mo yarí kanlẹ̀ pé you know what? No, kò ní máa bá báyìí lọ. Ìyẹn ló ń sọ pé ìran mẹ́ta kì í tòṣì. Torí èèyàn kan láti dìde nínú ìran yẹn láti sọ pé you know what? No. Bí ìpín wa bá tiẹ̀ burú láyé gan-an, ó yẹ ká kọ́ bá ṣe nígbà náà. Bí ìpín mi bá burú láyé, kọ́ mi láti má gbà. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ kan gbà ni. Because the moment you are still hiding under spiritual, you are still hiding under biological reasons and stuff like that. Yeah, man, you'll be feeling that you have nothing to do about it. You have no control over it. That's just the way it's meant to be. No, it's not meant to be like that. You need to go back and research. See what they did wrong. See what they are doing wrong. Adé bá gbowó oṣù wọn ní wálé náà. Wọ́n ní girlfriend. Ó dẹ̀ rò pé wọ́n máa rówó tọ́jú yín lé. No. Ṣìnà wọ́n gan. Ẹ rò pé ṣìnà ṣíṣe cheap ni. Àgbàná tó tó láyé yóò sì. Ṣìnà. Ọ̀nà kan ni dáàdi yín dẹ̀ ti ń rówó. Ọ̀nà owó tán ti rí yẹn náà lọ́dẹ̀ máa pín kárí fún gbogbo àdúrò yín tán bí. Ṣùgbọ́n tí wọ́n á lọ ní girlfriend, ṣé wọn pé òfò ti ṣe yín nínú ilé yẹn. Ìwọ náà dẹ̀ wá kẹ́kọ̀ọ́. Ìwọ náà ti ní sisi méjì, ó ti ní mẹ́ta. Wàá lo ayé bí dáàdi ẹ ṣe lò. Ìwọ náà ò ní responsible nílé. Ìwọ náà ò ní rọ́mọ tọ̀. Ọmọ ẹ̀ bá ti gbowó gbogbo ìràkúrà ló ń rà kiri. Gbogbo patí ló ń dá sí. Gbogbo ẹ̀ ló ń yọjú sí. Wọ́n á ń jẹ gbèsè kiri. Ìwọ náà dẹ̀ ti mú pátánà ààrẹ mi ṣe yẹn. Wọ́n tó rí kan tó ṣe Bísọ́lá ẹ mú mi dání tẹ bá ń lọ. Ẹ mú mi dání tẹ bá ń lọ. Àṣà àti ẹ̀rí kankan lọ weekend ni. Ìwọ náà lọ IBI ṣe lónìí. Ìwọ náà máa jẹ gbèsè kiri ni. Ìwọ náà ní lè jókòó. These are the little things. Kọ bí ara sí. Àwọn nǹkan tó já wọn bọ́ nìyẹn. Àwọn nǹkan tó mú wọn ṣubú nìyẹn. Àwọn nǹkan tó yọ̀ wọ́n nìyẹn. Ṣùgbọ́n yẹn náà lo pattern. Àwọn yẹn náà lo pattern. Wàá máa wonder pé why tí kìíní tún ṣẹlẹ̀. Tí bá ti wá sọ fún àwọn àti pé bóyá ṣẹlẹ̀ ní ayé sister kìíní náà ni really bóyá ṣẹlẹ̀ sí wọn nìyẹn o. Ẹ wàá máa rí àwọn tẹ́lẹ̀ relate experience yẹn sí and you now think it's normal. Rather than for you to go back and research and see pé nǹkan báyìí ni mọ́mí ṣe tí kìíní fi ṣẹlẹ̀ sí wọn. Ìwọ dẹ̀ yà kúrò ń díẹ̀. wọ́n pati yá kó lò lọ tó bá dẹ̀ tó ń po máa lọ náà kó ní kí lọ́ mú wọn náà mú white ní òun pé mo ní white lé wà save owó yẹn wọ́n wàá fi ṣe nǹkan mi. láti ẹ̀fọ́ ti ba yí ara wọn jẹ́ gan tó jẹ́ pé àti sìgá gbogbo iṣẹ́ tí wọ́n ti dàbí lace torí náà sìgá ti kán sí gbogbo ẹ̀ ó ti lu o. bẹ́ẹ̀ ní kán raṣọ míì báyìí tó wá ń pẹ́ èlé ó ní wọ́n ń pẹ́ £100 gbogbo nǹkan tẹ́ bá fún wọn pé kán rà báyìí wọ́n convert ẹ̀ sí ìgò ẹnẹsì ni. ìgò ẹnẹsì mélòó lè máa rà conversion rate tí wọ́n nìyẹn. bó di kan dá sọ̀rọ̀ láìfún yín náà pé wọ́n fẹ́ sanwó ilé wọ́n fẹ́ san tọ̀hún náà wọ́n máa ṣí sígò ẹnẹsì ni. and they would rather drink than sort things that relates to you or the family. mo ní kéèyàn má mutí mi ní kéèyàn má ṣe fàájì mọ gbogbo nǹkan ló ní where they belong. gbogbo nǹkan ló ní where they belong. So maybe the only thing you need to change now is to have self-control. ó lè mutí ṣùgbọ́n kó má rúùlù ayé ẹ̀. kó mọ̀gbà tí o lè sọ pé you know what, no, this is not the time for drink. This is the time to use this fund for this. I'll mutí later. That's all you need to change. ní tó pè lógun yẹn bá ṣẹ́ ìwọ̀n bá lè rí ilé tọ́jú láṣọ bá pé méjì nínú wọdróòbù tiẹ̀ ló bá máa rùn pa kiri ló bá máa tọrọ owó kó tó dín pòṣù parí. You just need to change something and not let that cycle repeat itself. But to do this, you must first of all take back the control of your life. mọ́mí yín ló stubborn jù nílé yín. àwọn ni wọ́n máa ń ní final say. final say tán ní lórí àwọn ẹ̀gbọ́n ẹ̀ mẹ́ta kò sí kankan tí táyé wọn rọrùn. yẹ kó o ti mọ ibi tí wọ́n máa jagun sí. wọ́n dẹ̀ lẹ́yìn tó ń bọ́yàn lọ́lọ́run èèyàn mo fẹ́ ya ẹ ní nǹkan kan ni o. because all your elderly ones sí mọ́mí yín control. àwọn ni wọ́n ra responsible fún wọn. wọn ò lè dá ṣe nǹkan kan fún ara wọn. so kí ni wọ́n láti ṣe? ìwọ jagun ayé ẹ kó wà independent. kó lè dára ẹ bọ́ kó lè dára aṣọ síra ẹ lọ́rùn kó lè dá responsibility ayé ẹ take. kó wá ò bá yóò ní agbára láti sọ fún mọ́mí pé kó má dá sí ẹ. after all kí ló ní látọ̀dọ̀ wọn? o lè dá sanwó ilé ẹ o lè dá bọ́ra ẹ. èyí tí wọ́n fi ń ṣàkárà àwọn tí wọ́n control ayé wọn nìyẹn. ló bá ti gbọ́ràn sí mi lẹ́nu kó jáde. àyàn ọ̀dẹ̀ níbi tó ń kó lọ. tí wọ́n á ṣe nǹkan tí mọ́mí fẹ́ náà ni. wọ́n dẹ̀ ṣe nǹkan tí mọ́mí fẹ́ láyé gbogbo wọn ló ń condemn sójú kan. kí ni ìwọ yẹ kó ṣe? yẹ kó kọ́kọ́ jagun ayé ẹ̀. kó fira ẹ sípò tó jẹ́ wípé you are not dependent because ẹni tó bá ń bọ̀yàn lọ́lọ́run èèyàn bá ti wà ní state of independence wà lè dá àṣẹ ayé ara ẹ̀ pa. tó bá dẹ̀ rí wípé ayé ẹ̀ nítumọ̀ àwọn èèyàn gan láti máa sọ fún ẹ filẹ̀ ó mọ nǹkan tó ń ṣe. And that's why I tell people àwọn èèyàn tó máa ń dá sáyé wọn tó máa ní ẹ bá mi kìlọ̀ fún kíkọ́ kọ́ máa dá sọ̀rọ̀ mọ́ kọ́ máa jẹun kọ́ mẹ́rin tí wàá máa sọ wọ́n àwọn èèyàn káàkiri my dear brother my dear sister ayé ẹ ń rùn ni ayé ẹ is a mess. Focus on your life and take care of your life. Put your life in order. Bí wọ́n rí pò mọ nǹkan tó ń ṣe bó ṣe ń lo ayé òun ni wọ́n ṣe ń ní orí ọ̀fẹ́ láti máa dá sí ayé ẹ̀. Because they think they have a better advice they can give you. They know better, they can direct you in a better way. Lọ́ ṣe ń dá sí. But tó bá rí pé ayé ẹ jókòó bó ṣe yẹ kó jókòó, kò yẹ dànù. Your decisions are making sense. Gbogbo nǹkan tó ń ṣe wà prompt. Ayé ẹ tidy. Wọ́n láìtàlẹ̀ wọ́n máa fi ẹ́lẹ̀ ni o, wọ́n máa wẹ̀ látọ̀ọ̀kan ni. Àwọn máa gbọ́ ìfilẹ̀ o, òun mọ nǹkan tó ń ṣe láàrin wọn. They won't get involved. Tó bá súnmọ́ ẹ rárá, wọ́n tún wá kọ́ nǹkan kan ni. Ẹja súnmọ́, ló ṣe gẹ́ẹ̀tì kìíní yẹn bẹ̀. Tí pride ò bá jẹ́ kí wọ́n lè béèrè, wọ́n á súnmọ́ ẹ, wọ́n á fi style get. Wọ́n bá ti ń pọ́n dá sáyé ẹ, wọ́n ń fele lọ ẹ, wọ́n ń tarí ẹ sí bí wọ́n ṣe ọkàn bẹ́ẹ̀. Ayé ẹ ni kò check. Má lọ máa bá wọn jà pé kan fi ẹ́lẹ̀, má dá sí mi mọ́, má ṣe yẹn. Ogun tó lè win ni. Ayé tiẹ̀ ni kó gbájúmọ́. Kó jẹ́ kó wà tidy, kó clean, kó neat. Ìgbà yẹn wọn ò ní rọ́rọ̀ ẹ dá sí mọ́. You don't do that, you will get the result that your predecessors got. Wọ́n ṣe wó dànù, ìwọ náà wó dànù síbẹ̀. Bí tán parí ìrìn àjò wọn sí, ìwọ náà parí ẹ̀ síbẹ̀. Gbogbo ibi tán lè dé, ìwọ náà ò ní débẹ̀. Wọ́n wá ní family limitation kan, kìíní kan ṣe wọn kan mẹ́rin. And I like the passage my sister put here, Genesis 27:40b. When you decide to break free, you will shake his yoke from off your neck. Àtò bá ṣetán láti jàjàbọ́, ìwọ ó bọ́ àjàgà náà kúrò lọ́rùn rẹ̀. These are liberating words in the scripture that empowers you. Ó dá agbára padà sọ́dọ̀ ẹni, ṣùgbọ́n ò ní gbọ́. Àlọ́ máa kúnlẹ̀ ni. Àlọ́ máa gbómi sílẹ̀ wájú wọn ni. A máa ròróró lọ ni. Bọ́ àwọn kìíní ẹ̀ ní ṣiṣẹ́ lára ẹ̀. Èpè kọ́ bó ṣe ń momi yẹn wàá máa tọ́ dànù. Òróró ẹyin wọ́n fi ń dín ẹyin, wọ́n fi ń ṣe pásítà ni. Agbára yẹn wà nù ẹ̀ gangan. Not those things. Àwọn nǹkan tó yẹ kó ṣe àtúnṣe lé lórí gangan, àwọn ni kókó. And as long as you fail to do them, you will not get the result you desire. Mo rí pé mọ́mí àṣà ni wọ́n calm down rárá. Mo rí gbogbo nǹkan tí wọ́n bá dádì ẹ̀ fò. Tí dádì ń fi sálé àbí tí dádì ń fi kú prematurely. Ìwọ náà ń gbé ìwà yẹn náà wọ̀. Wọ́n á lọ́kùnrin kan bá ẹ dalẹ̀, kò lè bá ẹ dalẹ̀. Torí gbogbo ọkùnrin wọ́n ń wá ìsinmi ni. Wọ́n á máa sá fún ẹ ni. Wọ́n dẹ̀ tó sá, wọ́n á máa fi ọmọ kankan lẹ̀ sí ẹ lọ́wọ́. Wọ́n á ti wá lọ́mọ 7, bàbá 6. Wọ́n wá máa légùn ni. Kì í ṣègùn. Ègún kọ́, ìwà mọ́mí ẹ ló mú. Simple. Bí mọ́mí ẹ ṣe lo ayé nìwọ náà ṣe lò ó. And that is why you are where you are. If you want to break this cycle, the power is in you. You only need to go back and research. Ask questions. Báwo la ṣe débí náà? Kíni, báwo ló ṣe ṣẹlẹ̀? Báwo ló ṣe wá? And then you start to reorientate yourself. You start to move away from those learned behavior, those learned patterns. And you start intentionally to draw new lines and new path for yourself. It won't be easy because ìrìn ẹ ò wá ẹ gbogbo ò ní jọ ti usual mọ́. Wọ́n máa wá ẹ pé kí ló ń ṣe ẹ́? Wọ́n máa lo emotional blackmail fún ẹ, wọ́n máa lo oríṣiríṣi nǹkan, wọ́n máa ráwọn èèyàn sí ẹ, wọ́n máa threaten, wọ́n máa ṣe gbogbo nǹkan kan bẹ́ẹ̀. You have to stand firm because you want to shift something. You want to break patterns. You want to change history. You want to rewrite history. You want to chart a new path and course of life. O fẹ́ rin ibi tí ẹsẹ̀ wà, o fẹ́ rin ibi tójú ọ̀nà wà, o fẹ́ ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ create ọ̀nà míì. Wàá máa ṣángbó ni, kò easy. People follow path where there are footprints. Wọ́n kàn máa lọ ni because wọ́n rí pa ẹsẹ̀. Ṣùgbọ́n bó nípa ẹsẹ̀ yẹn lead àwọn tó ti rìnrìn yẹn bó ló lead wọn sí. Ẹni tó wá lọ tí wọ́n wá débì kan tán wá rí pa ẹsẹ̀ mọ́, wọ́n á dúró because they would think pé bí ni ọ̀nà yẹn pín sí. Wọ́n kò pín síbẹ̀ ṣùgbọ́n ibẹ̀ ni àwọn tó ti rìn ṣáájú kú sí. So àwọn náà kú síbẹ̀ ni torí bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ipa ẹsẹ̀ yẹn pín sí. Ó yàtọ̀ sí ìwọ tó mú àdá tó múrí lẹ́nu ogbó tí ò sẹ́ni tó rìnrìn. I'm going to create a new path here. You will go as far as you are willing to go. Nobody can stop you. Wàá máa lọ ní until you feel, okay, I think I've gone far enough. Settling down here. Wàá ní pébẹ̀ yẹn níbi ní final destination fún àwọn ọ̀ràn tiẹ̀ tó ń bọ̀. Wàá fi àdá yẹn lé wọn lọ́wọ́ náà ní pé you know what? Take it from here where I stop. This is not the final. Ibi kọ́. But this is how long my strength will carry me. Ó yẹ ìyẹn gbé báyìí. Ẹ tún tẹ̀síwájú. Ọ̀nà ṣì pọ̀. That is how to break cycle. Àwọn ẹlòmíì kàn lọ lójú kan ni, wọ́n kàn lọ sákùn ni, wọ́n kàn yípo ni, wọ́n kọ́ tiẹ̀ kán wá na ọ̀nà yẹn gbọ́rọ̀. Bímọ sínú ìṣẹ́. Wọ́n pé wọ́n bí yín, wọ́n pa yín jọ, wọ́n lè tọ́jú yín. Ìwọ náà ti marry sí, ò ń bímọ bí ẹlẹ́dẹ̀. No plan, nothing. Wọ́n ò ṣe làákàyè kó wò báyìí pé you know what? Problem táwọn òbí wa ní pé ọmọ ti pọ̀ jù. Èmi ò ní bí jù kan lọ. Màá dẹ́ invest gbogbo nǹkan tí n bá ní so that a lè rí ìtọ́jú. Irọ́. Ìwọ náà ń pájọ nítorí ẹ ń ṣe competition nínú ilé yín. Mẹ́rin ni lágbájá bí o, àbúrò mi ni o. Kò gbọ́dọ̀ fọmọ jù mí lọ. Ìwọ náà tún kàn mọ́. Wàá máa pe èèyàn kan. Bọ̀dá kínní ẹ má bínú pé mo tún contact yín, ọmọ yín ni. Bó ṣe ń yàgbẹ́ lẹ́jọ́ mẹ́ta ò yé mi. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ó máa mọ̀ màmá need nappy ni. Ọmọ wa lọ́mọ wò wá lọ́mọ yín ni. Ẹ̀yàn máa wá pé ọmọ mi ṣé mo bímọ síbì kan tí mi mọ̀ ni. Ní tààmú wọlé wàá ti máa pè kiri. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ owó school ọmọ ẹni mi tí ì rí. Kinní kan ni ò tí ì ṣe kinní kan. Ìwọ jókòó kó ṣe làákàyè kó plan ayé ẹ̀ ni. Kó mọ kí ni pa ẹ̀ ká kí ni ò ká. Life is not about competition. Rábù ẹ ti bímọ wá mí pé torí wọ́n ò tí ì bímọ yẹn ayé tiẹ̀ ti bàjẹ́ nìyẹn. No! Àbígbà tó bá rẹ́dì ni. tó rẹ́dì tó mọ̀ pé o lè tọ́ tó ní máa wá òǹkú kan tó fẹ́ lọ fìtì kó lọ gbé lọ́dọ̀ wọn. Wàá ti gbé lọ́dọ̀ èèyàn rí wàá mọ tójú èèyàn máa ń rí. Ṣùgbọ́n tó epo gbé lọ́dọ̀ èèyàn wọ́n ṣe ìwọ náà bímọ náà o tún fa ọmọ ẹ̀ há káàkiri náà. So gbogbo trauma tó là kọjá àwọn ọmọ tiẹ̀ náà là kọjá táwọn náà bá tún bímọ àwọn náà tún fọmọ wọn há síbòmíì náà. Orígbó kò wá sẹ́ tó gbádùn nínú ìran yín, gbogbo ilẹ̀ ní depression. Gbogbo ilẹ̀ ń ṣe gánrangànran. Wọ́n á léegun ni kì í ṣègún. Kò sí kankan nu yín tó dìde láti sọ pé I want to change this pattern. Ó ṣe gàrí lárí mu, gbogbo ọmọ mi abẹ́ òrùlé mi ló máa wà. Ó lè fi yín sílé ibi tẹ́ ẹ ti ń jẹ yín láàárọ̀ jẹ chicken lọ́sàn-án tí ò bá sí fọkànbalẹ̀ oúnjẹ yẹn kò lè ṣara lóore fún yín. Ó dẹ̀ lè máa mu gàrí kò ní ìsinmi kí ẹ ní ìdùnnú nínú ilé káyọ̀ yín kún. You will be able to raise healthy and balanced children. But no, ìwọ náà ti pa wọ́n jọ bí àwọn òbí ẹ̀. O ti fi eléyìí síbẹ̀ yẹn, o ti fi tọ̀hún síbẹ̀ yẹn. Gbọ́nrán dandan tó ju wọ́n rí o mọ̀, wọ́n ti báyà ọmọ ẹ̀ jẹ́ láti kékeré. Àwọn náà bímọ, wọ́n á repeat the same thing. Wọ́n á léegun ni. Ègún kọ́ o. Pattern ni. And somebody needs to get up. Somebody needs to arise and say, you know what? We're doing things differently. I am doing things differently. But before you can do that, you need to go back and see those things that you need to change. Before you can change them, you need to know how they came about. How did they affect you? And what how to go about it. It's not just enough to want to desire a happy or peaceful home or whatever thing like that. You must find out kí ló ti ń ṣẹlẹ̀ bọ̀. Kí ni mo ní láti change? What sacrifice do I need to make? Tó bá gba relocation, ṣé many of you are there in that country? Some of you are 45, some of you are 48. Ló ná látàárọ̀ dalẹ́ rí. Mọ̀ ìyàtọ̀ ìgbé ayé ẹranko sí èèyàn. But perhaps you have a decent job, you are making some money nínú ẹ̀ náà letting, ẹ ṣáà ń ṣe ṣá. Tí ìwọ ò tiẹ̀ jókòó kò tiẹ̀ wò báyìí pé how can I ensure that generation tó máa tara mi jáde kò gbé ayé ìpọ́njú báyìí? Tó bá jẹ́ torí wọn gan ló ṣe gba ilẹ̀ ibòmíì lọ kó lè tún ìpìlẹ̀ míì mọ fún wọn, it's worth it. Káwọn náà tiẹ̀ lè sọ ìtàn míì. Kẹ́ ẹ yé tún ìtàn àtayébáyé yẹn kẹ́ ẹ yé tún sọ. So after you've done your research and you know what you need to shift, you need to be mentally fortified because wàá rí ìdojúkọ, because ìwà ò ní yé ti gbogbo èèyàn. Wàá ráwọn ẹbí ẹ̀ gan tá máa sọ́kàn ẹ̀ lójú pé ó ṣe jẹ́ tiẹ̀ ló fẹ́ dá yàtọ̀. Ìwọ ló fi nǹkan bẹ́tà ju àwa lọ àbí? Ìwọ ló fi pé àwa ò dáa tó ẹ àbí? Wọ́n máa sọ bó oríṣiríṣi àwọn nǹkan sí ẹ. o ní láti fèsì. Títí ẹni kó mọ nǹkan tí ìwọ fẹ́ change. Àwọn kọ́ ló bá lọ́rọ̀ o, torí àwọn gan ogun yẹn jà wọ́n. Ogun yẹn mú àwọn náà mọ́lẹ̀. Ìwọ fẹ́ bọ́ ni. Àwọn kọ́ ló bá lọ́rọ̀ rárá rárá. And then wàá wá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí máa gbé intentional life. Behaviour change gbọ́dọ̀ wà. There are things that will become rules for you tó o gbọ́dọ̀ ṣe. Whatever tó bá cycle of abuse ló fẹ́ break. Wàá kọ́kọ́ heal from abuse tí wọ́n gan là kọjá. Torí tí ìfẹ́ bá wà nínú ẹ ló tó lè fún èèyàn nífẹ̀ẹ́. You can't give what you don't have. Wá jẹ́ cycle of violence ló fẹ́ break. Ìwà gangan wàá kọ́kọ́ mọ̀ bọ́n ṣe ń tame ara ẹ. Wàá recognize ní tí violence tó lè cause. Wàá mọ situation tó ń jẹ́ kó ṣẹlẹ̀. Wàá mọ̀ bó ṣe ń bá ṣe ń diffuse ẹ̀. And let me give you a tip here that would help. Because oftentimes I see people struggle with behavioral change. Yes, it's tough. But this is something I've used over and over and over and over and over again, and that has helped me. Everything we do in life, we do it for two reasons. Ìdí méjì la ṣe ń ṣe gbogbo nǹkan tá à ń ṣe láyé. To derive pleasure and to avoid pain. So, àwọn tó ń lo drug, àwọn tó ń abuse alcohol and everything like that, it's because of the high that they enjoy from it. But there are also pains that it brings to you that you will have to desire to avoid. Like, it leaves you out of pocket, affects you mentally, you're losing it psychologically, and a whole lot of other things like that. So, the negativity around this thing is what you need to build up to increase. Because the more negativity you build around the thing, the lesser you want to get involved in that thing. Wàá máa sún díẹ̀díẹ̀, kì í ṣe ẹ̀kan náà lèèyàn máa ń stop habit. Wàá máa sún díẹ̀díẹ̀ kúrò ní kíní ẹ̀, because all the time negativity tó surround kíní ẹ̀ òun ló heavy tó ń wò. But the moment tó jẹ́ pé adùn bẹ̀ ní scale ẹ̀, ló tilt towards you more, then you can't stop that thing. You can't. So, to change certain things, say for example, you want to break the cycle of violence that is present in your generation. First of all, have to understand how it has been occurring in your generation. Kó wo gbogbo nǹkan tó ti dálẹ̀, kó wo gbogbo nǹkan tó ti fà, kó wo gbogbo àwọn àǹfààní tó ti jẹ́ kí àwọn ìran kó sọnù. And you use all those things to build negativity around that particular behavior. And gradually, àwọn nǹkan tó máa rí nìyẹn ní anytime tó bá ti ń dé edge yẹn. And also you now learn few other control techniques. How to calm down, how to things to say to yourself, to remind yourself of this, where it will lead to, and how to like diffuse situation, walk away from sin of this and stuff like that. Intentionally lèyàn break behavior. Intentionally lèyàn change nǹkan. Nothing just happen. You don't just leave things to chance. You don't think things will change in your state of helplessness and self-pity and things like that. No. Ti pinnu èèyàn máa ń pa nǹkan dà téèyàn ò bá fẹ́. It will be hard. It will bend you, it will break you, you will stand, you will fall, you will have setback and all these things. They are part of the journey. You fall, you get up and go again. And recognize what led to that fall. Know how to avoid it. Wàá rí pé tó bá máa ṣubú next time kò ní jẹ́ the same thing ló gbé ẹ ṣubú mọ́, another thing ni. Wàá tún fi yẹn náà, wàá tún learn ẹ̀ as things to avoid. Tí ìwà bá ti wá di nǹkan tó ń get used to sí, tó ń repeat, bó ṣe máa ń di normal nìyẹn. Bọ̀ kó má wàá ṣe nǹkan kan tó kàn wò pé Ọlọ́run á dá sí tó bá yá, gbàgbé o. Sí nǹkan kan tọ́lọ́run máa dá sí. So anything tó ti witness nínú ìrandíran ẹ̀, understand that is a pattern. Ó níbi tó ti ń bọ̀. Àwọn aṣáájú ẹ̀ ò rí correct ni. Ló fi kan ìwọ, ló fi ṣẹlẹ̀ nínú ayé ẹ̀, wọ́n pass ẹ̀ down sí ẹ ni. Ìwọ náà dẹ̀ ti gbére o. Ṣé bí wàá tún ṣe gbé láwọn ọmọ lọ́wọ́ náà nìyẹn? Táwọn ọmọ ẹ bá ti gbà náà, ṣé bọ́ ṣe ń gbé lọ nìyẹn? Ìran mẹ́ta ètòṣì, ìran 16 lè tòṣì o. Somebody within that generation don't stand up to say, I will put a stop to this here. This stops here. Ó máa lọ láti ìrandíran ni. Ladies and gentlemen, the power to change this lies in your hand. You can do it. Wọ́n bá see, ìlú ibi tán bí ẹ sí is not your own truth. Ilé ibi tán bí ẹ sí is not your own choosing. Báwọn tí ẹ pé eléré ààbò nílùú lọ́jọ́ tó ń ṣe súnà ẹ̀ gan, it's not your fault. Ṣùgbọ́n sórí tó dá láyé, ẹ̀bi ẹni o. You can blame anyone you like. Blame the country, blame the èèyàn ń ṣe ayé wa, èèyàn máa ń ṣìlú yà ni. And you have every right to pack your things and go try somewhere else. So you can blame country all you like, blame your parents, blame economy, blame everybody. That doesn't change nothing. Àfi tí wọ́n gangan bá gbégbèsè láti tún àwọn nǹkan kan ṣe. So you need a change of mindset. And stop giving excuses that take power and control away from you, that renders you helpless and useless. Take back control. And be ready to do whatever it takes. Be ready to put in the work. Make sacrifices. So that the generation coming after you wọ́n lè rí ìtàn míì sọ. This is what I have to share with you tonight. I hope I've been able to provoke you enough to do something, to rewrite the story of your life, to rewrite history, láti kọ ìtàn tuntun míì fún ìran ẹ tó ń bọ̀ láti wá kà. Kò mátà báwọn aṣáájú ẹ̀ ṣe lo ayé o. You can rescue them. You can take that shame away. You can take that label away. You can write something different. Thank you for listening to me tonight. Gbogbo àwọn èèyàn tó wọlé in the course of the show, I greet you specially, my sister Oyafunke Arike Olorisha. Nkinyo Aboruboyo Ogbuato. I greet you, my brother Taiwo Batunsi. Thank you for joining. My sister Bola Edemati. Ekale o, shewa dada o, ekujo meta o. Facebook user, my sister Esther. I greet you specially. Yay, my sister, beautiful sister Afume Triple S. Mukinyo. Ekale o, ekujo meta o. Eshe tetun yoju si wa o. And my lovely sister as well, Yemi Taiwo Alabi. It's been a while. Thank you for joining the show again tonight. It's a pleasure to have you on the show. I hope you are able to take something away from the show tonight. Honestly, we have so much. We have been blessed so much. But agbára lásán ni. Agbára lásán ni. La fi ń repeat gbogbo ayé táwọn kan ti gbé sẹ́yìn. You know, gbé ayé ẹ o. Lo ayé ẹ, má jẹ́ káwọn kan lò gbà tiẹ̀ mọ́ tiwọn. Má jẹ́ káwọn kan correct failure ti ayé titi wọn ní pẹ̀lú ayé titi ẹ. Take charge of your life. Write your own story, write your own history. Kọ ìtàn tuntun nípa ìrìn àjò ayé ti. Tú ìpìlẹ̀ míì mọ̀ fún ìran ẹ tó ń bọ̀. Be the cycle breaker. Thank you, Engineer Elijah, for your comment. Thanks for this program. I learned one or two things tonight. Thank you very much for that comment. Determination brings about changes. Yes, you have to be determined, you know. My sister Esther says, thank you for always breaking things down in a way that even a little kid could understand it. May God bless you exceedingly, bro. Thank you very much for that comment, and I say amen to your prayer. Right. Onioshi Oloka show. I don't want to take too much of your time. I thought it was going to be a very short show, but somehow Ọdún fẹ́ rápálá wọ kí ni mò ń wò? Wọ́n àti fẹ́ rápálá wọ 11 ní ìpà. Wow. Anyway, thank you very much for staying with me up to this time. Ẹ̀yin ni Màmá Adébáwò. Ní nìkan ṣe ayé yín o. Until we meet again next week, Friday, for another discussion. Ẹ ò ní dàwátì o. Ìjì ayé ò ní gbé yín lọ. Have a nice weekend. God bless you. Ó dàárọ̀.
Ẹ sọ̀kalẹ̀ láyé gbà ṣẹ̀dá tó mọ̀la. Ó jẹ́ ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi o, ayé gbẹ̀gẹ́. Inú ẹni ṣálámọ̀, a ò mẹ́ni tó fẹ́ ni. Ká ṣe bí ẹni kú, káwọ́ ẹni tí ó ṣe dàrú ẹni. Ṣàṣà ènìyàn nífẹ̀ẹ́ ní lẹ́yìn, tẹrú tọmọ nífẹ̀ẹ́ ní lójú ẹni. Ọmọ aráyé abániwọ̀nràn bá orí dání wọ́n. Ayé ò fẹ́ ní ìfọ̀rọ̀, orí ẹni ní pẹ́ kó yẹ ni. You gotta be strong cause the world is a battlefield. Òjò láyé ó gbé ní lọ, bá ò bá mọ̀ wẹ̀. Má ṣe lọ́la òtọ́ láì bá dé, stress of ìdákùn ṣe jẹ́jẹ́. Ilé ayé ogun ni ó gbọ̀gbọ́n. Ẹ̀sọ̀ pẹ̀lẹ́ láyé gbà rẹ̀, ẹ jẹ́ ká má ṣe jẹ́jẹ́. Ibi tí ẹ là tẹ́lẹ̀ ayé, kò má ṣẹ̀dá tó mọ̀la. Ó jẹ́ ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi o, ayé gbẹ̀gẹ́. Inú ẹni ṣálámọ̀, a ò mẹ́ni tó fẹ́ ni. Ṣẹ̀rántí a ò mẹ́rin ìjọba ẹ̀wẹ̀kú ẹ̀wẹ̀lẹ̀. Àwọn lọ́tẹ̀ ni wọ́n dìde wọn lájànà kó lè rínú gbọ́gbé. Àṣenìtàn bá ní ìdàrú ṣálọ̀ máráyé. Àwọ̀ fẹ́lẹ́ bòónù kò já àríkùn má ṣe bí. You gotta be wise to survive and keep your sanity. Ọjà ọ̀dájú ní ilé ayé, o ní láti mọ̀ ọ́n rà. Àyàgbé ọ̀gẹ̀gẹ̀ tó bá ti lówó, ọ̀yàn òun ló wà lọ́jọ́ ogún dé. Ọwọ́ epo láyé ńlá, wọ́n kì í lá tẹ̀jẹ̀. Ara lámọ̀ á ò mọ́nú, ẹni ayé yẹ kó rọra ṣe. Ṣọ́ra, ṣọ́ra. Pásítọ̀ fura, pásítọ̀ ti jẹ́ sí iná. Ẹ̀sọ̀ pẹ̀lẹ́ láyé gbà rẹ̀, ẹ jẹ́ ká má ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ o. Tíbi tirẹ̀ là tẹ́lẹ̀ ayé, kò má ṣẹ̀dá tó mọ̀la. Ó jẹ́ ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi o, ayé gbẹ̀gẹ́ o. Inú ẹni ṣálámọ̀, a ò mẹ́ni tó fẹ́ ni. Ẹ̀sọ̀ pẹ̀lẹ́ láyé gbà rẹ̀, ẹ jẹ́ ká má ṣe jẹ́jẹ́. Tíbi tirẹ̀ là tẹ́lẹ̀ ayé, kò má ṣẹ̀dá tó mọ̀la. Ilẹ̀kùn bá jẹ́ ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi o, ayé gbẹ̀gẹ́. Inú ẹni ṣálámọ̀, a ò mẹ́ni tó fẹ́ ni. Ẹ̀sọ̀ pẹ̀lẹ́ láyé gbà rẹ̀, ẹ jẹ́ ká má ṣe jẹ́jẹ́. Ọ̀rẹ́ mi ṣòwò tí a wà tẹ́lẹ̀ ayé, àgbà tó ti ti tó ọ̀la yòókù lọ́gbọ́n. Ó jẹ́ ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi o, ayé gbẹ̀gẹ́. Inú ẹni ṣálámọ̀, a ò mẹ́ni tó fẹ́ ni.